Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Resta Fuji Astuti with student number 11920400 and 97. And I'm from English Education Department of UIN Sunan Gunung Jati, Bandung. And now, in this video, I would like to describe or explain some information from one article. This article is Islamic Turn in Malay Historiography, Bustān al-Salāṭīn of 17th Century Aceh by Jajat Burhanuddin. Okay, this article discusses Malay text in Islamic history. The text is Bustān al-Salāṭīn by Nur al-Din al-Raniri 1659. So this text is written by Nur al-Din al-Raniri. This text was written in the 17th century in Aceh. And also this article focused on discussing how this text is Bustān tell the formation of the Sultanate, the formation about rulers, and then political behavior, and the ideas of state administration. In this Bustān text, also discussed the intellectual discourse that emerged in Aceh at the time, where the agenda of religious practice reform carried by al-Raniri, that al-Raniri is write this text to uphold Sharia-based principle, gained strong influence at the time. With the support of his patron, the name is Iskandar Thani. From 1636 until 1641. Al-Raniri's Islamization effort for Aceh were reflected in the Bustān book. In this book, the vision and term of Islam are taken as a source of revelry in the marking of the history of Aceh, and also the cult of its patron, making the book of Bustān, making this article, making this text that is Bustān, complement the writing of the history of previous Malay texts. And then the Bustān also presents an Islamic trend in Malay traditional historiography, in which Islam is taken with such prominence in its narrating of the Aceh Sultanate. Islamic ideals and terms are adopted to explain the history of the Sultanate, the behaviors of its ruler and elites, as well as the ideas of the statecrafts. In this respect, the Bustān departs from Malay classical texts of Hikayat Aceh, Sejarah Melayu, and Hikayat Raja Pasai. And this is the classical of text in Malay. The name is Hikayat Aceh. And it is framed in traditional local culture rather than primarily in Islam. So this is about a traditional local culture in Aceh, Hikayat Aceh, rather than about Islamization. As a work that is attributed to a leading alim of the Sultanate, the Bustān is part of al-Raniri's reforms process, which intended to strengthen Sharia-based Islam. So Aranides reform process about intended strengthen Sharia-based Islam in Aceh. In the place of Wujudiyah Sums. However, this Islamization process was also related to Aranides clause and personal relationship with his patron Iskandar Thani. So the author Arwaniri from the text Bustān has a relationship with his patron. The name is Iskandar Thani. And that's all from me. Thank you very much for your attention and sorry for my mistake. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.